Okay, I call to order this regular meeting of the Commission on Aging on November 14th, 2024. Juanita, may we have the roll call?
Yeah. Carol?
Here.
Linda?
Here?
Marion?
Here.
Tammy? Here. Vicky?
Here.
Dana?
Here.
Queen?
Here.
Lauren?
And at this time, we would invite public comment. Seeing no members of the public are present, we'll just move on to approving the regular meeting minutes from October 10th. Has anyone any suggestions for changes to the October 10th meeting minutes? And do we have them? I don't. Have them.
You don't have it? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't. Sorry, I missed it.
There's my copy.
Okay, thank you.
She's good.
Everybody have,
Do you,
Yeah.
do you need a minute to look them over, Chair?
you may have a minute.
No, do you need it?
No, I don't. She sends me everything in advance, so I had a chance to look before. Any comments or suggestions or changes to these minutes? Not hearing any, I'm inviting a motion to approve.
I move the approved minutes.
Do I have a second? Okay, moved and seconded to approve the minutes from the last meeting. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Minutes are approved.
You have any extensions? Carol and Marion were not present.
I'm sorry?
The
If you want to
abstentions
stay from not being at the last meeting.
Oh,
You don't
yeah.
have to.
Oh, I don't have to say anything.
Well, you abstained from the vote because you.
Yeah, oh, I see.
Oh.
Okay.
If you want.
I just thought that read well.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Sorry, it's been too long since I knew all of those.
Yeah,
You don't want to.
that's why we have one.
Motions and so forth.
So this is the debrief of the coping with grief workshop. Do we need, oh, Cam, starting with you.
We're actually starting, I didn't pull them. Okay, no problem. We have like 20 people or so, 22, something like that in attendance. It's a good group. Some good Q&A, no problems with, that I know of with our technology this time. But I don't think anyone tried to call in with a question like we had at the last workshop.
Do we know how many people, can
We
we tell
had-
how many people are attending?
She said-
I counted about 20 or 22 in the room.
I have the information.
No, virtually, were there other people?
Oh, virtually. I don't know.
So there were 29 people that were pre-registered, 22 people to be in person, 7 by Zoom. And the actual attendance was 24. That was 17 in person, including commissioners, Carol and Cammy and Dana.
I was gonna say we had a lot of
And then we
commissioners.
had 3
Amy.
walk-ins,
Vicky.
Yeah, Vicky was there
including
too.
I was
Marion
there
and
too.
Vicky, and then 4 via Zoom.
That's great.
So it was a good turnout.
Yeah.
The speaker was, I thought, excellent. He did a good
Oh, he
job.
was very
It
good.
was very good.
It was
Um,
good. Mhm. Mhm.
I thought it was a good event. I'm glad we had
And
it.
you all did this last year as well?
I think there was one last fall
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
attend that one.
I didn't
So-
attend it either.
No, I didn't hear.
Oh.
So,
I thought it was excellent, and I, thought the presenter was, he had an aura of like kindness.
yes.
There was something about him. I think he probably made people feel very comfortable. I have trained as a grief counselor with hospice. And so it was interesting for me to kind of revisit all that information. And, what I liked is he basically made it sound okay for anybody to keep grieving, no matter how you felt, it was okay. I just thought he was terrific. I think if we can, we should have him back.
Great.
Yeah, I've had a good feeling
It might
about
be something we should do every year around that holidays.
I think
think so.
Once.
And he was well received. He did a good job.
I'd come again. I mean, I think hearing that is just,
And actually, I think as an annual event, if it gets to be known that that's an annual event, that we'll probably have a lot of people.
that's right.
Especially if they said they had their ongoing grief group at the senior center.
Right,
They'd probably be a good
right,
resource for promoting it.
right.
Yeah,
I mean, we definitely could have had a lot more people, but we had a good turnout as far as
Yeah,
that
the
goes,
room
you
was, the room was comfortable.
know. The room was.
Oh, yeah, it was set up very well.
Oh.
And it was, he was really, really good. I really enjoyed him.
Thank you, Anita, for getting the locks for our chairs.
Juanita just told us the numbers and I think it was 20, I'm sorry. 29 total, yeah, including this.
Or by Zoom.
Berkeley spoke to one man because he took multiples of everything. And he works with, he was the only man there besides the presenter. And he, sorry, just showed me somebody's at my front door. But, he works with seniors, so he was there to help the people he worked with, and I thought that was terrific.
yeah,
And
great.
that's why he took extra copies
Yeah.
of things.
That was
Oh, that's
actually a
cool.
thought I had while we were starting to talk about this, was there was a lot of information, not just for the person who's grieving, but for anyone who knows someone who's grieving.
Yeah.
And maybe we should find a
Mhm.
way to add that to the promotional flyer.
yeah.
That it's not, you don't have to be in active grief
Right.
to take
Mhm.
away some good information.
Well, it was really good for me because I think I told you guys, my next door neighbor passed away last year and she was a good friend of mine, but her husband is the person I worry about, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes just having some of that information to know how to help him the most, you know?
Right. He was very clear and had a lot of suggestions about that. And what I liked is the things not to say.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was the most impressive. I talked to a couple people and they said that was very well done. Yeah. They were happy to hear that because I think one spoke up. She was with a mother or someone that was in a wheelchair and I talked with her when we left and she was really happy about that because she said, I felt ashamed, you know, when they approached me about, she was talking about, you know, well, you shouldn't, you know, you're still grieving attitude.
Oh. Oh, yeah, things not to say as well.
People that.
Exactly. I'm sorry. I'm jumping ahead because there are several of us that were there.
Yeah, I got it. What were you gonna say, Lorna?
Question, we have that on or we will have that on our website, Juanita? Is it possible to, copy the link from our website to send people directly to that?
Well, we do that. We send an email out once it's published to let people know that it's there.
Okay,
To find it.
so are we gonna get that?
Mhm.
Yes, because I was gonna ask.
ask.
Good, I mean, I know, well, my sister-in-law, I lost her brother this summer, and I think it would help her. And I was thinking it would be nice if we got the link and I could forward it to her.
Yeah, you report, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so how long does that take? Like a month or?
Oh, no, it'll be within a day or two.
Oh, great.
That's right, it was just yesterday.
And the survey's already out about the, what did you think of the course?
Right, and there were about 7 that were handwritten that were turned in and 4 that came in online.
Oh,
I will send out one more reminder to see if we get any more. I didn't have time to do very much with it, but I didn't have time to input the annual ones.
But that's more than 50% then.
Yeah, that's a good
good.
response.
That is good.
Yeah. I did add some handwritten comments on some of the information you have on survey results that we'll look at for 2020. Just to give you an idea of what they were looking for.
Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway, overall, great event.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
And she did a great job.
Thank you.
I stumbled at the beginning.
She just shied away from the camera, but other than that.
Nobody else.
Well, the last time,
They knew the camera.
no, yeah, and this time they moved the camera. The last time, the whole recording, all you see is like,
No, no.
so I had reason to shy.
That's not your better part? Okay, we'll let that one bounce off.
So, yeah. Leave that
Okay.
alone.
So that, nothing more on that, I don't think, right? So let's move on to the number 6, consider commission activities, articles and events 2024. And we're trying, Lorna, we're trying to whip through a bit because none of us really want to be here an hour and a half.
Oh, cool, okay, I'm gonna keep
List
quiet.
of things we have to
Me
do,
too.
and we're moving fast. So,
Yeah.
Juanita, can you share the activity list for 2024?
Do we have to talk about? Oh, never mind.
And I've also.
Did we do
I've
light up the
also
night?
passed out
We're doing that now.
printed copy for all of you. We're looking at November.
That would be good.
I'm just looking at.
So when you say light up the night activity focused on seniors, that's us though, that's not the whole. Light up the night really is,
Well, so there was discussion at prior meetings about creating ornaments for seniors. That would.
but it's children that are drawn to our booth.
Children making ornaments for seniors,
Yes.
that was the interpretation of your reps. And so
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why that comment is there.
okay.
And, so you can take it that way or not. I think there was a mention about, somehow showing how they might do it. And so I just did something very quickly today, as a draft, as a possible thing. If you wanted to do a couple of things or something like that, that help. And you can make one of you or the group can come up with a message to say, and this is just from these photos, and we can zoom in a little bit closer so people can see. Because we've got the front side with the decorations and the back side with the messages.
Yeah.
So put a couple of these around the tables, if that's helpful, something like that.
So is the thought that all the ornaments would be given away, or is this the optional like we've done
Could do
before?
However you want
We
to.
have examples now rather than.
Yeah, I was just curious. I love the,
Yeah, that's all for you to decide.
And some of the children will take the ornaments home for their own tree, of course.
Yeah.
But a lot of them did donate them.
yeah, we had some donation. I was just curious if we were going to try to do it way, I guess,
Do what?
We were trying to do
to
what?
sway them to leave them.
Oh,
Encourage.
I would
I would
just,
just give them the option.
I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah. Do we know
Make
who we're
an
giving
extra
them
for-
to?
You know, what about, since I'm not gonna make cookies and I have already bought the cookie canisters, what about if we put on each, we're gonna have 2 tables, Juanita?
Yeah.
Okay, a couple of those, the cookie canisters that I have,
Maybe.
for in the middle of the table, just say, please leave for a senior or something.
That's a good visual. I like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so I got the cookie canisters.
I mean, they can
Okay.
have 2 if they want to.
Yeah, take
One to
one
take
Yeah,
home and
exactly.
one to-
yeah.
We
Okay,
certainly
so
have
I'll
enough.
make some kind of, thing to go
Sign.
with that, sign.
I
Yeah.
like this because when I was doing the, ice cream thing, I don't know how many times I said, would you like to make one for a senior?
Mm.
So having something like that, I mean, I can still say it, but having something like that.
If it gets as crazy and busy as it did last year, it's hard to do that verbally. They need cues.
Well, helps
It's
the
hard,
parents,
it is.
because the noise levels. and-
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
if the parents read this, they'll encourage them to.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if one of you wants to take on coming up with the actual design, I can send you the files I have, or if you want me to just go ahead and do something, I will. This is just a real.
What's wrong with that?
It'd be nice to put our, well, I think it'd be nice to put our
Logo,
commission,
yeah.
put our commission logo.
Look at that.
Otherwise, I think it's fine the way it is personally.
I
but-
think
Have some that's
You're
something to
thinking
do
of
this.
doing this and-
I can't draw. Yeah.
Would you just have something that says, make an ornament for a senior?
Just whatever that says, you can modify that in the draft. I heard someone say
Because
to add the logo.
Or it's fun to make an ornament for a senior.
Yeah, because you want it big so people can see.
Well,
Yes, to make it bigger, I can further crop in on the ornaments so you can see them better.
Have a couple of.
Mm-hmm, with the view.
One agenda table or something like
And
that.
large, yes, and there's gonna be 2 tables, you can have 4 if you want to.
Perfect.
They're gonna be 8-foot tables.
So
also,
our
instead of 6.
Our booth will have our banner on it.
Yeah.
What will be on the booth?
So that will be up to you. In terms of the booth itself, we have a banner that we can put up for Commission on Aging. We have.
had lights
I can
last
make sure
year.
That there's garland and some fairy lights for the poles. I
Yeah,
don't know if you want decorations on the table, that just gets.
Good God,
but that just gets them away.
Get
And
away.
fun places to go.
No, I just didn't know what so as far as attracting people to come over to the booth, I guess this is what I'm asking, is do we need a bigger sign that says make an ornament or something?
No, we had no problem last
Okay.
time.
Okay, I wasn't there, so.
Yeah, you'll be busy, you'll be busy.
So,
There's a
there's a
pop-up.
long line.
Good idea.
so if there's one of these on each table,
Yeah.
I think that's probably
Yeah.
plenty.
Yeah, and
Two.
Lorna's cookie
The
canister.
tables, an 8-foot
If
table.
they see the cookie canister, that'll have to haul, bring them over.
Will they be surprised?
You want there to be
Yes,
surprise?
that's right.
We're asking you. if you
Well,
want to get it.
Yeah,
Surprise.
Um,
it's, so,
are we giving away anything other than doing ornaments, or
Or smiles.
That's it.
Yeah. Curious.
there's really, there,
But I think
last
that
year
would
we
just
had the van
make it
next to
simpler
us.
language.
Will we have the van again, or did we decide it's gonna be different this time? Okay. Okay,
And are we just
So
right
that
out
frees
here
you
on the
up.
plaza? I mean, over there on the
You know,
plaza? Or is it on, the I'm sorry, I just wasn't, I've
Yeah,
never been
it's
to
on the
this
street.
event.
it's right on the street on.
Yeah, I will
Okay.
send out.
So similar to the art.
You will receive a site plan that will show where everything is.
And where our booth is.
Yeah, I'll send that out and
Because
confirm what you
I'd
agree
say
upon
yes or no.
tonight.
Okay, and then, as far as
Sorry.
the times are concerned, Rita, what are the times we need to staff, and how many weeks?
2 weeks is Saturday.
Because we're not gonna have another
This
chance
is
to
the
do
weekend
this.
before Thanksgiving.
Right. This is it.
Okay.
So you're gonna have 2 tables and 6 chairs. And so I thought perhaps 2 shifts, or you can come and stay for the whole thing, however you wanna do it, but you might want 1 or 2 people per table.
I'll set up,
What's that?
I'll do the setup deal. What time is this? Yeah.
Okay.
I can do that.
It says 3:30 to 3:45 is set up and decorate.
Yeah, that's, you can, yeah, between 3:30 and 3:45 to arrive, and then, stay until about 5:30 is just a proposal. You
And
can
I-
change this.
yeah. Well, I will do that time frame too,
Okay,
and likely can stay longer if I need to. So
okay.
Yeah, we always insist.
don't worry.
And how many people do we need at a time?
You might want
I
4 if
think
you want
4
2
would
per
be
table, if you can.
I think so.
That might be
I think
2.
we can.
I'm flexible. I'll go with whoever gives me a ride.
I can't give her the ride because I have a birthday party to go to, a grandchild.
Yeah, and I'm away with family.
I might
so
be able to come
we're
by
doing the week-
later,
That's the weekend
depending
for
on
Thanksgiving.
the event.
Dana, I can pick you up if you want to do the
Early?
early.
Yeah, that would be good.
Thanks,
Thank
Mom.
you.
Is that okay?
I gotta get an extra.
Thanks, Lauren.
Thank-
Thanks, Lauren.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Laura.
Okay.
What?
No, I wasn't sure if that, I'm never mind.
Thank you.
I've been talking.
Okay,
ignore
so we've got Lorna. Who else for? The setup.
Lorna,
Who's
Vicky.
available to be there at all?
I'm sorry,
And the
say
rest
that
of us-
again.
What time do you need?
Say that again, Juanita.
3:30.
Showing Lorna, Vicky, and Dana all start.
Okay, I can do the start as well, because we need 4, right?
Although you need coverage for the whole evening, so you might not be able to, unless you all
Well,
want to
let's-
stay,
who
unless
else?
you all want to stay the whole time. We are gonna have
No.
something new this year,
We-
and that is at about 7:10, we're gonna have fire dancers.
I know, it sounded like so much
Ooh.
fun. I heard that, I read that in the
That's
outlook.
Wow.
Okay.
So we probably just need 3 to begin with, right? Because it was kind of slow in the beginning.
Okay,
Till parents got out there and everything. So I think
Brenda
that
is here.
the 3
okay,
of us.
I'll do the 5:30.
Yeah.
I think we can.
And
do it.
actually, yeah, we probably, so you have 2 sessions, right?
Mhm.
Five-
Yeah.
Is-
Yeah,
Okay.
so,
Is it, Marion, are you?
3:30 to 5:30 is the shift?
yeah, and 5:30 to 7:45 or so. So I just signed up
Or
for
some-
the
Some part thereof.
5:30 for me. Anybody else?
I think I'd rather
I
do
can't
the
make a
earlier
commitment, I'll
shift.
come out if I can.
Marion, if you'd rather, it doesn't matter to me, and I can actually, if you'd rather do the earlier one, it really doesn't matter to me.
I'll try to.
Uh,
stay
I'm
on
likely to
and-
just.
If it's only till 7:45, I just want to see fire dancers.
Well, that probably will happen. I think that the children will probably disperse around 7 o'clock, those who are interested in the fire dancing, which is
Yeah.
a lot of them, so some, if not all commissioners could go watch them.
I'll take,
Yeah,
I'll
people-
take the 5:30 then.
People started, people actually started closing
Touchdown
at,
Train at 7:10 and move.
yeah, they started early.
Okay.
Danger zone.
Yeah, right. So, okay, so did I miss something? Somebody else, Marion?
Marion.
Yeah,
At 5:30?
Yeah.
So we probably need one more, but I could probably drag my husband to help,
maybe.
maybe.
My
Well, he'll
husband,
do it.
my husband will
He'll
be
do
there
it.
with
Well,
me too,
I
so.
guess the other question is, do you still want 2 tables, or would you rather only have one? Is it getting to be like too much?
No, I think.
Was it one last time?
It was one.
And we
and-
used chairs,
crowded.
some of the kids.
Yeah.
We didn't have enough
No,
room.
let's
And I
do
don't think
two.
the parents really, they'd enjoy it more if they were able to be closer to their, I mean,
Yeah,
I just think the participants of the family.
If I need to, I'll stay the whole time.
we
I
need
mean,
two
I'm likely to
tables.
be at the,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be at the event the whole time. Yeah, so
It was a good.
if there's none, yeah. I mean, you know, as long as we can
Okay.
kind of sort of.
Well, the other thing
What
that
time
I-
is the tree lighting? The tree lighting's like at 5:30.
And the other thing I have thought about is, last year we didn't bring anybody from Aegis, but I'm gonna spread the word and say, do we wanna take them?
Yeah.
Take some of them to this. Now, that'd be one of my people driving them and taking them back, because they're not gonna be there
The whole
for
time.
that length of time. If we can find a place to.
I was
park
gonna
them.
say, it's hard to park close
so hard
unless
to
you're there early. It's
Yeah.
hard to park.
Well, if they
Well,
can't,
and they're early birds anyway, so they probably would go to the earlier.
what time do you guys serve dinner? Is that gonna screw up their dinner?
It's usually 5. They're creatures of habit, and 5 o'clock is dinner, so we could do that. But when does it actually open to the
Oh.
public?
We can
Opens
open it
to the
as soon
public
as
at
we want to.
4:30.
4:30.
But you could bring them earlier, you know, because we'll have the, I mean, even if we're setting up the van, just for them to be able to participate in it and everything. and-
Okay, let me see if I can find a driver for this. That's a possible. Okay. So right now we've got, if I count my husband, we've got 3 people in the morning and 3 people in the evening. Is that gonna be enough?
Yeah, probably, it's just checking on people at the
Okay.
table, they do their own art, I think, well, some are
That's
there,
sufficient.
so.
That seems
Yeah.
like about what we had last time, huh? Wasn't it last?
Yeah,
time?
and I couldn't get close to the table because we didn't have.
Yeah, that
space,
is
so
right.
I
We
was
didn't
hung out
have-
with the
yeah.
van
Yeah.
And kind of did a informational
Yeah,
Is it,
barking, come on,
are the
guys.
tables under like one pop-up?
Yes, it's a 10 by 10, I'll have the city logo on it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So we
okay,
can't have too many people is my point. You know, it's like, you know, we'll just get in each other's way.
yeah,
Oh,
that's true. Okay,
Great.
so anything else about Light Up the Night, or do we think we're ready for it? Yes.
real quick, you're gonna have our decorations there on the table, Juanita, when we get there?
They will be delivered by our maintenance department,
Okay.
they are gonna be delivered to
Perfect.
everybody's booth,
Okay,
so.
excellent, and we'll
the
have some
request
chairs.
Is that they have everything there by 3 if possible, so
Okay.
hopefully by 3:30 or so.
Perfect. I just didn't know if I was gonna
Be
need to go
ready.
find it. Okay, and then we'll have some chairs to go to tables.
Just 6.
Perfect,
Yeah, which is
okay.
more than any other commission right now, so.
Do they put the banners up and all that?
They will
stuff for
assist
us?
with that, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
And then, we have the ornaments. Dana gave me some of the ornaments and gave Marion some of the ornaments to help tie the ribbons on ahead of time.
Right.
So,
Yeah, last year we were tying while we were
yeah, so we,
sitting there.
we will get at least.
These will
some of
all
them
be
done.
tied.
It's so much
I
better.
was hanging out by the van.
Yeah.
No,
I
these
take
are
them
tied.
over.
Ready to hang,
No.
ready to
So
hang.
I've done 300 so far.
Oh,
Vicky's got a box of 100 and Maren has a box of 100, so we'll have 500 this year.
okay.
But we went through 300 last year. right?
Really? Wow.
Yeah, you had 500 last year and went through 300.
Right.
approximately.
Yeah, so if we have 500, we're probably.
Well, we'll have a bigger table, more space, so it's possible we could go
If
through.
we go
that.
through 500, we'll just shut down.
Yep, that's right.
Next year.
I can't imagine.
I have a question, there was a mention about doing table covers.
Where did they go?
Table coverings,
Oh,
so that
take it home.
the table costs don't get.
Home. Oh, they go to.
What kind of tablecloths are?
Who does
Or
your
butcher,
pictures
could be
in home?
butcher
I
block
could bring
or-
the black thing.
Takes them over to.
That would use that
Here's
ice cream lands. Hold on, Tinker and Tinker.
But those were round tables and these are rectangular ones.
Yeah, but it was a,
There's a.
it was a rectangle, it was, yeah,
Okay.
we're good.
What
Yeah.
is it plastic?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're all in plastic,
Yeah, the little ones aren't that careful with the markers.
yeah.
No, we want to
Okay.
keep
They
from
color
marking the
them
table.
So it belongs.
You can have paper covers,
We
can't
want that.
Okay, I think that's it then.
Okay,
Okay. Okay, and then, can you bring the list back up, or was there anything else? Is this the only thing we have left?
Well, Lorna had proposed something for, December where we have the presentation for on the senior housing.
correct, and that's still scheduled,
Is it scheduled?
yeah,
There it is. Okay,
So the
yes.
city council said yes,
yes,
and you were able to.
yeah, and
give
I
it-
won't be presenting, we'll have the people from the advisory council on aging presenting, I mean, I'll be there to present, them to present.
I'm sorry, when is-
Okay,
December 2nd, city council.
That's something we should be at.
It's the same presentation, you certainly are welcome to be there if you want to come out.
What time is that? I don't see a
The
time.
meeting
there.
starts at 7 o'clock and it'll be near the beginning of the meeting.
Oh,
So,
We'll also
What-
be streaming live if you can't be there in person, so you can
Mhm.
watch it. Also, and there will be a video after, so there are options.
okay, great.
one of my questions about the housing, just in general in Pleasant Hill, and maybe possibly to add to the presentation is current, I don't know what, if your planning department has current plans for housing that's specifically addressing.
That would be
Senior
the
housing.
presentation probably. This is the
Okay.
one that was discussed at the last meeting and.
Okay,
this is the one that's been approved. That's been
well, when the time
scheduled.
comes, we will discuss how
Yeah.
we find out about what's going on already.
Yeah,
How the Commission on Aging finds out. Yes, the planning department certainly
Oh.
has worked on the housing element.
Oh, I'm sure they have lots of plans. It would be interesting to know what their
they
plans are, yes.
Okay.
So, yes, you're right. That's a separate presentation and a separate.
okay, so this,
That could be something to consider for 2025 about, as you go into that.
Well, we can see how the city
which is
council
the,
responds.
the next item of business. So if we're done with 2024, which it looks like we
We're
are,
Not quite.
okay.
So the last thing is, the January, February outlook articles are due just before Thanksgiving.
And I'll do it if we're gonna do it on aging in place.
So that's just something to keep in mind as we look at 2025 and maybe you'll want first thing and then that.
That's the first thing we need to decide then. What,
Do you have?
so you all have
I
the
don't know what you-
suggestion for commission activities for 2025 in front of you, I think. So what we need to do then
Okay.
apparently is get the decision, come up with the decision for January. Is that what you think?
Or January, February, right? Because that's when the outlook covers for January, February.
What
Well,
about
no, but-
aging in place?
When did you want to do aging in place, I guess is the question.
Well, if we do aging in place in January
Or February, doesn't.
or
matter.
February, then we've got Lorna to write the article. It's
Yes.
a win-win.
Sounds like.
My
point.
It's a given. So I'm leaning in that direction.
Okay, I mean, I'm just,
Pencil it in.
my guys had to figure that one out on your own, I couldn't, yeah.
I could just put you right there.
So Lorna, you had suggested like a
I-
panel type of thing?
Yeah, I
How
would
would you
think.
like to do this?
Pardon, when?
When in February?
You prefer?
Oh,
In February.
You hinted you in already.
do we, have any dates or a history of better attendance and stuff? Early morning, evening, what afternoon, I mean,
I don't.
I'm
I don't
gonna
know
guess
if you-
early
I don't
morning.
know if you can tell by attendance because the schedules are different.
that's true.
But it seems to be, like a 10 o'clock to 11:30, which gets people out for lunch, or just after lunch at 1:30. I think those two time frames
Okay.
seem to work out.
Why don't you be 1:30 in the city council? Well, okay, question.
Yes.
If I have a panel, so there's be like 4 people, 5 people, 4 to 5 people in the panel.
Uh-huh.
Would they be able to sit, like city council people so that they would be able to utilize the microphone?
I believe so.
Okay,
I'll have to double.
if you could,
Yeah.
and then, so I'd like to do it at 1:30.
It's a different vision for this.
I do, I'm gonna
I
share.
wondered if you showed, you gave,
I know, I
Kevin and I were looking at it, but I don't know if you actually.
Because I was thinking about doing one on a panel person on home care. Yep. A panel person, thank you, on transitional living, so assisted living, board and care and skilled nursing facility. And why use a placement agency. The home care would be on what are assisted ADLs, private versus licensed caregivers and questions to ask. Then have some kind of legal person, either a fiduciary or attorney, to discuss the necessary legal documents, as in a trust, a healthcare director, power of attorney, or a post. Then me, a geriatric care manager, and why I would, or someone like me would be good. And then a hospice, the difference between palliative and hospice.
Yeah,
Oh,
should need
no, no.
phones.
I know.
I mean, it's a lot.
That's
It's
5
great. I
people.
like it. I like it.
You really need a comprehensive picture like. that.
Yes, no, I get it.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
great.
It sounds great.
You
Wondering
can
how
do that
long
in
it
an hour and a
will
half.
take.
What's the date on that? Is that
Well, we were just gonna
13?
decide that.
Because if you have 2 hours, you gotta take a break.
Yeah, hour and a half.
Maybe the exact date might need to be researched. I need to find out availability. of
Okay,
dates.
why don't you do
But if
that?
If you and I can figure that out.
Yeah, okay,
offline.
cause I have some blocks already on mine, so you research and then I'll come back to you.
Okay.
Okay, so my list, my 250 words that I get will basically be taken care of just by saying what the panels are gonna.
That's
Yeah.
right. I have it handled.
You got it
That's
Lorna, that's a
why I have it in
great idea, and it keeps people engaged.
Yeah,
When there's
and I'll
something-
moderate it and
Yeah.
questions and answers, especially if they get the microphones up there. Cause
Yeah.
I'd like everyone to be able to focus and I think it'd be really good.
I do too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's great.
So do
Might
we
be
wanna
something
call
they
it
want every
aging in
year.
place? Do you wanna call it proactively aging in place? Do we wanna, do we wanna name it something different this
I think
time?
We should give it a different angle because people might think it's your usual aging in place. And it's more comprehensive.
It's not about staying home
Yeah,
necessarily,
no,
which is what
True,
you think
because
of when
it's
you
got
think of.
different-
That's what I think
Care
of when you
plans.
say that.
exactly.
So we need.
Where's the best place to age?
Well, yeah.
I don't know, no, I'm
Think
just,
about what that name could be, because it is kind of, it's like planning for, it's really, a lot of it's facilitating staying, aging in place, but I don't know.
Yeah, I
what
don't
you
even
call
think
it.
I'd call it aging in place,
No.
Lorna,
I-
because it really has a connotation of.
Right, and that's why I questioned
You know,
it.
how can I stay home? But
Proactively
Successful
aging.
aging.
I was thinking of something about proactive.
successful aging. so
Or options.
options.
I think
or-
it's a lot about planning.
Yeah. it
Yeah.
is.
planning or options for.
Aging with grace, I like it.
Because you're talking about nursing homes, et cetera, it's not
It's not aging
necessarily
place
in
anymore.
place anymore.
Right, right, exactly.
No.
Aging with grace,
Yeah, but it needs to, you
I
need
like
to
that.
find
I don't
some
think it
way
really tells you what you're
to establish a
describing.
residence here, because we're talking about place.
How about community partners in planning? Because that's a
Gotta give
whole
it
bunch of
short.
different people.
Well, what about proactively aging? You know, because we're
I
talking
like
about,
that.
we're talking about home care, we're talking about living environments, we're talking about your legal
I like the
Yeah.
proactive.
Choices.
choices proactively.
Proactive.
Proactive means
Just
choice.
addressing aging. Like you're addressing everything with
Yeah, but
aging.
aging.
Would that make, then you think
Yeah.
health.
No, then you think health.
Proactive planning.
I do think it's planning. I think it's
It's a lot of
proactive and I think it's
planning.
planning.
There's a lot of planning. out there.
Yeah, planning for successful
Aging.
planning for successful aging,
Yeah, that's it.
planning for success, planning for
Like, yeah,
aging happily? I don't know. I mean, you know, I know we're not.
but we're talking about residents here. So I'm trying to find a word that would,
Yeah, well, I mean, with the people, think about the people. We have, home care, transitional living, but we also have a fiduciary, attorney,
Yeah.
care manager. Okay, so it is.
Oh,
It isn't only about.
So it is.
no, that's right. It's not just,
So planning for.
Successful aging, I like.
yeah, just leave it simple. Successful aging. Or,
Okay, I'm not.
Our community resources for.
Meals on wheels and then.
well, yeah,
We do another kind
it
of.
sounds like you're either bad or good.
Aging options.
You either win or you lose.
You either succeed.
That's the connotation that you pick up on success.
Okay, let's
Literally,
move
what
on,
options are
and then before we
available?
adjourn, we can.
She'll play with it
Yeah,
on her head.
You know,
okay.
All
You
right.
come up with it. It's your big.
Okay, so that's the workshop for February. And do we have to
So can,
do the,
I have some ideas about doing a community service project for Community Service Day, which would be jumping us to September, but if you don't mind jumping till September, that's okay, or we can wait. I also am really interested in what, if Meals on Wheels is willing to do something about their program.
I don't
For
know
us.
what that means.
Just, well, let me back up. In reading stuff, I, like you said, I was really surprised all the different things that Meals on Wheels. Yeah. And in thinking about doing a community, so I was thinking in general about volunteerism, community service day, the idea of creating a village in Pleasant Hill. You guys are familiar with the village thing. And it all kind of, so it all kind of crisscrosses a lot. So I'm not sure if this is the place to talk about all that or not. But I did talk to the lady that's in charge of villages, of the village movement with the California Village Movement. And I thought this was just good information to tell you all because I was really excited about it. Because apparently the La Miranda Village is very, very successful. And they have decided to have a Contra Costa, to be the hub for developing villages within Contra Costa County. And so we would have, are you all familiar with the concept of villages?
No,
Oh,
Never
I
heard of
don't
it.
know.
never
That
would
sounds like
be.
another topic.
It is another topic and why I don't want to get carried away with it at the moment. But it basically is, I do have information about it here and I can just give it to you guys and you can read it sometime.
I have a suggestion.
What do you have as a suggestion?
My suggestion would be, since we don't have to do our whole year right now, would be to invite a representative from La Miranda Village. Because I get what you're saying. Walnut Creek had one, they failed. Clayton has one, it's good. Walnut Creek is trying to create another one right now. There's no reason why Pleasant Hill might want to create another one. Why don't we have a representative from La Miranda Village or whoever your contact is,
Mhm.
to either do a Zoom presentation for us at one of our next meetings.
Yeah.
And then we could decide based on that.
We don't know
That
what
could
it
be a
is.
tremendous workshop.
Yeah,
For us to offer down in July or August.
exactly.
Yes.
And we don't have to, like you said, we don't have to decide everything today. We just need to get
Okay.
a little ways into
Yeah.
this.
So
Yeah.
So we
just,
can keep moving
just a
forward, right?
definition of a villages are peer-led membership groups that connect older adults to community services and expertise they need to continue living lives of purpose and promise as they remain in their own homes and communities. So it's a volunteer organization. It takes a lot to kind of get it organized and stuff.
Yeah,
And this Village Movement California has an incubator, they call it, which is all about supporting whoever's trying to get it going. But I think, so in my process of trying to figure all that out, I felt like, and we talked a little bit about the commission having a project for the volunteer day that already is established by the city of Pleasant Hill in September, that we consider doing a service project similar to what these guys did in Colorado. These people are called A Little Help. That's what they call themselves, A Little Help. And it is a village. It's in Colorado. They have 2 community service days a year where basically they have volunteers from all different places come out and do volunteer services for seniors. And I felt like if we could do a service project around helping seniors, and that's how I started reading about Meals on Wheels, because not only are they bringing them food, they're pretty much figuring out what else they need.
They're bringing dog food now.
really?
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're such a tremendous organization that they'll know who the people are that might need some volunteer assistance with putting their yard furniture away or doing little chores or whatever. And there's a
Transportation.
whole conversation about what the volunteering would involve.
So
But
this is a much bigger conversation.
Yeah.
Than what we can do today.
Right, and
So I
so
think
I'm,
that-
so just, if we can just
Yeah.
leave it at maybe looking at for September, doing a community service project.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so in the
planning,
We
yeah.
need to know more about the,
Village.
like you said, someone to address this with us and either the next meeting or
Could you
January.
arrange that?
I told Carolyn I would call her back and let her know what you guys thought.
I would love that. Do
I
we need to
know
vote on
that
that?
in terms of getting a presentation on it, but we're not ready to
Right.
Oh, we're not
make
ready
a
to commit
decision
to
of any
that at
kind
all.
like this.
No.
I like the idea for the
Community
volunteer community service day, because I don't know what we did last year.
We missed the boat. We need to.
We did, we
Yeah.
didn't plan it.
We didn't
Yeah.
get involved.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we need to.
Yeah, I agree.
That was fun when we did that whacking of the weeds on
Yeah,
Cedar.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
Okay.
we
whacked
did a
weeds.
really good one.
So I think, just coming up with,
So what I'd like to hear,
We
is
whacked
there a
the weeds, huh?
motion? Can I have a motion? I'm sorry, what?
You don't have to have a motion.
Oh, okay, I was just gonna say we could have a motion that we're gonna arrange to have a presentation from them to get information.
and when would you
Okay.
want me to try to schedule that for?
I'm not,
During one
I
of-
would say
during one
not
of our
in
commission
December,
meetings?
but
Yeah,
I would say a
January.
commission meeting, but what do you,
Okay,
I'm
well, I'll see when
thinking
they're available.
maybe
Okay.
January meeting, maybe?
Okay.
Now, I understand that Tammy did some research on the Meals on Wheels. It came up before.
We talked about it before.
Yeah.
I was asked to bring in more information.
Yeah,
This is good.
I once suggested a speaker and the person wanted last year. And
Yeah.
it's no big deal. I mean, it's a different group and a different topic.
Yeah, so
oh,
that,
yeah,
So-
this is.
well, we give them 20
We've
minutes.
talked about, it's an in-service.
Right,
And having them
Yeah.
in would be an interesting in-service.
I would really
Yeah.
like to know what they do.
I've
There you
put
go.
together stuff on meals.
Oh, you did? Wow.
Yeah,
You-
you pass these around.
So,
Yeah, this was
Well, I
the
didn't
topic
know-
of conversation of.
Should we pass them around or
it's
not?
not part of our schedule. We're working on the calendar. It's
Right.
not on our agenda for this point. I
Well,
thought it would
yeah,
be
yeah.
on.
And my only point of bringing this up now is that I think that a
Thank you.
service, So the reason that I brought up Meals on Wheels, Cammy, it was only because I thought if we were gonna do projects for seniors, that Meals on Wheels would already know who needs what.
Potentially,
Yeah.
they would only know within their community.
Mhm.
Can I ask Vicky, you said you had a handout about the village? I know nothing. Can I have one now?
I don't know anybody.
Yeah,
Wow,
like what-
Ashby has we have the biggest village in America, right here.
Where?
Really?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Village.
Well,
And
there's
that's-
so we should,
So
But
this-
the
connect.
Lorinda
So-
person would
Okay,
probably.
so this, there's enough for all of us. If
Okay.
y'all want, these are links that will take you places to read about it,
Perfect.
Okay.
okay?
We've done some great research.
And then there is this article, this
Read it.
article.
Read that.
If you just look up Village Movement, there's more than you'll ever have time to read. There's a lot. But I accidentally copied too many of these, but so there's as many, anybody that wants one of those, you're welcome to it.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is great. We need new ideas.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is good for.
here's, I think you want to keep
We're down the
it.
road.
It's on the bottom.
Well, you know, I was looking at.
Just having trouble getting
what
these sheets
people
apart.
Well, they have-
said On this
Yeah,
survey.
the art
Oh,
articles, they're like, they are stapled together. There's like multiple pages.
Oh, okay.
Some of them have multiple pages and some of them only have one page. I only meant to print the first page and I ended up printing the whole thing.
I don't read.
So I brought the whole thing for those who really want to read a lot. But if you want just this.
Do they use students in this? 'Cause that's like something my friend has in Redwood City. But she
Red-
said they were college students that were, and
Well,
they did that. They come in
they-
and
Your only copy.
different
or what?
things.
No, there are several, I think there were 4 copies that were stapled together and I just accidentally printed the entire AARP article. But there are other ones that are just this first page,
Yeah, I just need it.
but it has the link if you
Yeah.
want to go, whoops.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to.
Yeah,
read it.
I just need to.
Okay.
So Redwood City, San Mateo
I'll look
have,
around the line.
my sister-in-law is a volunteer for the San Mateo one,
Oh, so
which
you
is not
don't-
how I heard about them in the first place. My friend Ellen that was here, Ellen Dodge, she was the one that brought it to my attention. So she has a friend in the Ashby.
Yeah, they do great. So jumping down to I think that we could pencil in based on a January, February, maybe pencil in a workshop presentation later on in the year and just pencil it in for the village.
For the villages.
Yeah, oh, I would love to if you
For the
guys are
village.
willing.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that'd be.
So. Just like an introduction.
We have to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, before we,
Exactly. No, that's what I'm
We have to
saying.
understand.
Pencil it in.
Yeah,
Just-
look, she wants to say
There's
something.
a group, and I think it's in Walnut Creek. And you have to pay to join, but I think it's called Grandparents Community or Grandparents.
You don't have to, people can call it whatever they want to call it.
Well,
Walnut Creek apparently started one and
Really?
Lorna says it
yeah, I
fails.
was wondering.
But they're trying to redo
So,
it
so
again.
right now, there's this Contra Costa initiative and they're calling it, like, they're just trying to develop spokes. So they're calling themselves the hub and it's La Miranda as being the hub. And they already have arranged with this incubator program to help other people in Contra Costa County. So we could just by asking, be included in that. And if it's
Yeah.
okay with you guys, just personally, I will go ahead and talk to those guys.
Yes, would
Um,
you?
And
You've got
then,
you've got
we
the
can decide how
connections.
it fits in, with the commission or it doesn't, you know,
Mhm.
we need more
Can't see
information.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
wouldn't.
okay.
And I would still I'm really happy to have all the Meals on Wheels things.
I'll
I just
give it to
ended,
you. I just we hadn't gotten to that yet.
I would love to
We
have
hadn't
them,
gotten to that part.
you know, I don't know if there's
Yeah.
a reason to have them
I don't
talk.
know if we'll get
Maybe,
that.
perhaps why don't we do this? Why don't we just pencil in for September that you can be the lead on whatever community and service day, and then as
They
the
have.
year progresses, we can kind of figure out
Where we can
next
put the.
steps. And we have to get.
I agree with that,
Yeah.
because we've got,
We got a lot.
we've
We
got
gotta get
kids.
done, I know.
We've
Okay,
got
I like
Right
that.
down in
Figure
there.
the lead and we
I'm
can
writing my name, okay.
keep
So
trying.
I'll start thinking about the community service project.
Yeah.
If you
Thank
know
you.
somebody if you think that contacting somebody at Meals on Wheels to be the source of people that need help,
Let's,
like,
yeah, let's
wait on that.
Offline.
Let's,
find
let's
out more.
table it for now.
Table that. for
And you know what you need, what you want to do with this, and that's a good, really
Okay,
good
all
start.
right.
And then, so going
Senior
back,
center.
because now we're down to August and we missed all the other months, can we go back? Do we want to come up with workshops for any of the other future months, or?
Learning
Um,
workshops February, you think?
Yeah, we're gonna, Juanita and I are gonna work on a date.
Okay,
Okay,
Okay.
And
For
then-
April, just to let you know, so staff at the library and Rec and Park have proposed to move Tinkers and Thinkers to April 26th.
Ooh,
Oh.
okay.
From fall to spring.
Really?
Oh.
okay.
And what
Just
is,
Well, I just want,
what was their reason for moving it?
does the commission want to participate in Thinkers and Thinkers, I guess?
Yeah.
Well, and yes, we really do need to talk about this, because that has always ended up on Qui, and we.
No, we already, someone else took lead, right? Well, I said I dreamed that.
No, we said somebody else would do it, but nobody.
No.
I kind of sort of volunteered, and then maybe I have to unvolunteer if I'm gonna do this kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's a lot of time,
I think,
isn't
I
it?
think we should establish a committee.
The only reason I bring it up is because
We tried that before and he ended up with everything.
it pretty much makes it, if you wanted to, it would be 5 months to plan.
Right.
Does that take place of our September?
Yeah.
Thinkers
Yeah.
and Tinkers and
Yeah.
Thinkers.
It
Yeah.
has, so you.
But we have all.
But
the-
now Community Service Day might be a
That
really
takes
big.
care of
deal.
our April.
well, that's it, because we were too busy at that time with this.
We didn't have time to do the Community Service Day last year because of that.
Right,
Yeah.
so if Thinkers and Think, I agree, that I think the community service days more important than it is.
Yeah, they wanted.
But it was so much fun that it's a hard thing to let go of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have it pretty well, not we, this guy over here has it pretty well nailed down.
They wanted
The
to-
grocery list.
Yeah.
Who's willing to work on Tinkers and Thinkers as a group?
Is it
If I
our-
volunteer
think-
to do Thinkers.
I know we were planning the events at this
Moving
point.
on.
But
We're just, all we're doing is
just saying that, do we
penciling
want
in
to
what we're
pencil it
doing.
in for April 26th?
Yes, please.
Planning to happen.
Okay,
Pencil that in for April.
I don't want.
April
Can I
26th?
make a suggestion?
Yes.
So to just go through and look at events that we did in the past to see if you want to do them again, potentially. You
Perfect.
don't have to make a final decision right now,
Perfect.
we could put it in the month that we know that it exists.
Love it.
And then as you go through your list and look at all the possibilities, then you might add more things that month, and then you might have to prioritize and say, no, I can't stay.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you-
A quick question though. I was looking, or make a comment, I was looking at the workshop results and what people wanted. And we've done a lot of them, but there's a couple topics that we haven't addressed.
Okay,
And so I wanted us to keep that in mind
Good for you.
as we're planning.
yeah, well,
We have
that's why
not
it's surveys.
addressed isolation, but that might come under the village concept and financial planning.
Which Lorna's touching on.
well,
Uh,
I'm focusing on the legal
But it's
piece, not
not the
financial,
planning,
yeah.
yeah, but anyhow, I just wanted to
Yeah.
raise them. There's some other things, none of them, there's not a lot of people anyhow. But identifying abuse, I mean, you don't want to have a course just on that, a workshop just on that. But we might, as we're planning, keep these things in mind, because this is what people did say they were interested in.
I would say that having something like expanding on any of those things that Lorna has on this panel,
Right,
but especially financial planning in terms of, I mean, everybody should have a healthcare directive, and if they don't already, it's crazy to me, but some people don't know.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between that and power of attorney for just
Yeah.
handling your business affairs too. And then there's a lot of
Yeah.
components of financial planning. So I think just saying financial planning for aging is a whole subject by itself.
The Parks and Rec routinely, doesn't the Parks and Rec routinely have a financial person come in and do workshops on planning for your retirement. and
pretty-
that
it's
includes
pretty
all of
common.
those things.
Yes, but.
I've been to one.
Yes.
They have them a couple times a year.
Yes, and it felt like when I went to that thing that it was just a financial planner looking for customers.
Business.
That's
Yes,
right,
yes, which was the first thing I thought when you
And I
said.
didn't feel like he was necessarily addressing all those parts.
Yeah,
Not that he didn't give good information, for sure, but it felt like it was somebody that, I mean, we're not looking at wealth
Might depend
management.
on the different.
Not wealth management.
centers.
No, the difference
No.
is wealth management would
it-
be,
in-
how do you invest your money and da, 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 da.
but it includes everything in like, veterans benefits and all kinds of things that people don't know how to access.
That's true.
That's right.
That- So if you get somebody who's a true expert, who's not looking for business,
Maybe
looking
we
for
need,
clients.
maybe there's another panel.
Maybe, but I don't know if it's in our purview or if it's already, as you guys said, is it being addressed already by
Well, that was my
the
question.
library and other places?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, should we check with Parks and Rec, see what they're gonna do in the future?
I've just been to that class that they did, and it was
We
good
just-
information.
I went
I'm
to
just
it a
telling you
couple of
what.
Years ago, it was
Yeah.
very well done. I thought it was more than 1 week. We went
Really?
multiple, we met more than once. In the one we went
So
to,
maybe it's a
The
different
class?
it was a class.
That's what I
And it
was
was
thinking,
through
yeah.
Parks and Rec.
It'd be hard to do, was just.
Yeah, but it's hard to do that much in one workshop, exactly.
Yeah,
It is
exactly.
for sure, yeah.
I was gonna see.
We'd
if
have to
we
break
could-
it down.
Well, I'd like to go back to what Juanita suggested. Can we look at what we've done? And then,
No, it's
the
a
one
good
thing that
point.
you did say when you were saying the things that people had asked for and that we really haven't quite addressed. The first thing you said, it was isolation.
Yeah,
Um,
combating
that is-
isolation.
That is actually something that they address under loneliness in surveys of seniors all the time now. And it's quite a big topic now, because you don't always know. And sometimes in a survey that people are anonymous, you find out 20% of the population is feeling lonely and isolated.
Right, the other thing
Whatever.
was, abuse. So.
They can go together.
Abuse we hear more about.
And you're not gonna get people to come to the workshop.
No, that's,
So,
No.
no.
like you said, Dana,
During the
one of
time.
the, social connection is actually the second thing on the list of the 4 points of villages.
Oh, good,
Right.
okay.
Social connection.
Then we might be,
So you're
we might
right.
be meeting this need with this.
But you know what, we could do
Well,
that as a.
Pull it out,
Yeah, I think
split up
that,
some of these things.
Yeah,
I think just social connection as we age could be a
Yeah.
topic.
yeah.
That's it, because
And,
that's.
and you could
that's
actually
take a
bring
year
out
to
all
cover all
the
that.
groups in Pleasant, like I belong to the Pleasant Hill Garden Study Club, for instance. That's one place you can, get together with other people that do something you like to do. Senior Center has a number of groups like that, so that it would be possible to have like anyway, different people that could represent different groups. Certainly, if we could find a speaker that was an expert in that area, that would be the
Well, that
best.
sounds like someone from Senior Center. Maybe we should contact them and see who they would have that.
But also people who are isolated aren't necessarily people who are gonna go out and do this.
That's right.
Well,
That's
that's
the
true.
problem we've had.
Okay, there's a program called Well Connected, which is, I'm piggybacking on what Vicky just said about maybe, we can if the panel thing works, if we do it early enough in the year and it works and it's good, we could also do a panel combating loneliness and isolation. So one of the panels could be like Well Connected, which is run by the Episcopal Church, which is a online, kind of like you have a directory for the DVC of all the classes you can take. And you connect with people throughout America on the same day.
Yes,
at the same time. And there's a facilitator that facilitates the meeting. I'm actually presenting.
My friend is only a couple years old.
Well, yeah, it's about 6 years old or
Oh,
something,
what years old?
well connected. I'll be happy to send it to Juanita.
Maybe it was during the pandemic.
Yeah, but I mean, so we could have, that could be one presenter.
Yeah,
For that.
Yes.
And then we could have another presenter, a psychologist or something about Kip's personal things that you could do. So I think that's a great idea. I mean,
We definitely have to think about how to put it together, but I think just as a topic, maybe we can.
yeah, well, like because social connection as we age, or combating loneliness and isolation. These are just things that.
That could be the whole. topic.
okay, what
Right.
month? What month do we want it?
This one's gonna need some planning. We're
We
still,
need some time. Yeah.
But that's. great.
but you know, Tinkers and Thinkers aren't gonna be in September now, so.
Well, yeah, but that's the,
So let's-
Oh, that's true.
community service.
That's true.
June.
Yeah, no, let's not go to September, but I think maybe July or something.
August.
I like August.
Okay, August. And so we're gonna, let's tag it as what? Social connection as we age or combating loneliness? Social
I
connection.
like social
that would work.
connection, it's more.
Positive.
it's more
Okay.
yeah.
Yep.
But like Meals on Wheels has their volunteer.
Right, so that could be another panel. That would be,
Be a good.
the well-connected, Meals on Wheels, I'll start thinking.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, actually,
Because
And then have a therapist or somebody tips on, I can pull up my stuff.
I mean, we could even have the senior center come and talk about.
Yep.
The things. going on.
Exactly.
actually, that would be perfect.
Yeah, okay, so we have 3 of our 5
Okay,
panel already.
so then, and September,
thank
if
you,
we can
Tina.
actually for September be a part of the, volunteer
Yeah,
stuff,
Well,
that's probably the only way that's gonna happen is.
the
if
volunteer
we make
bureau
that.
actually could be another,
mhm.
could be another person on the panel, there's lots of places to volunteer.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but September, we've got the village concept, so,
That's, if you're thinking of participating in the.
So the
Community service.
Yes.
village concept might need, I think that we might. Well, whatever, leave it that way, but the community service day is, I would just put senior, not, what do we wanna call it? I would like to see it be about helping seniors in their homes. That we send out teams of
Oh, yeah.
volunteers to help them.
yeah,
Senior
yeah.
service.
Yeah, senior service day.
Mhm.
Oh, I like it, senior service day.
We're on a roll. Okay, keep going. Can you keep up with
We're
us,
doing some
Juanita?
good brainstorming tonight.
Yes,
Yeah, so instead of calling it the village concept.
Yeah, I wouldn't put the village there per se, I would just, but the village, I would like to come back to y'all with
Okay.
some more
Yeah,
information.
yeah.
Oh, no, you're gonna try and get it.
Are
or
you-
just, yeah, come back to us with more
But I
information
think
and.
you can leave it that way, the village concept, just volunteerism, it's really about volunteering is what the village concept part of it is. So you could just, and that's all, community service day is all about volunteering, isn't it?
Yeah. are you-
Yeah.
So vol-
Are we planning to do something at community service day? That's
Yes.
what I got.
Yeah, senior service day.
Yeah.
I would like us to-
Senior.
I would like us to end up with a list of seniors who need help in their houses, and we send volunteers to help them.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
You can put my name on the list.
I know, I thought we could have this.
You can paint their house.
Take care of the commission.
How about cooking?
No, those are the people that we.
Besides Meals on Wheels.
Okay.
Because they don't supply for weekends.
year
Oh, no, I
that
think they do now.
We might
They give
consider
it extra
next
meal.
year is that other commissions have had activities that we haven't taken part of. They either had walks or.
Oh, when was June? Oh, we need to put Juneteenth on there.
It's on that,
Vicky, on that
if you
senior.
go back,
service,
it's on the list.
My suggestion would be to pick the activity we might perform to help narrow it down.
Yeah.
Like,
On the
we're
volunteer
going to, yeah, we're
Weed
going to mow
whack.
lawns, or we're going to go grocery shopping, or pick it, narrow it down by picking a activity. It'll help in
The volunteers.
the volunteers knowing
For
if
the
they can
husbands.
do.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So,
And it helps narrow down, you know, what is it you want to do for this?
Okay.
Is
And
how
that's why I
would-
was trying,
That would
I
be my
wanted to start with somebody that already knew seniors that had already been kind of vetted in terms of actually needing help.
Yeah.
And that's why I thought of the Meals on Wheels people, because I know they do like a,
Bills,
almost
protective services.
May I stop everyone right here?
yes.
I'd just like to stop you for a second because we've segued over to actually trying to plan these. As the idea
True.
comes to our head, we're starting to actually come up with,
Well,
yeah.
we're
that's
doing some
what we
great
can do,
brainstorming.
which is awesome from a brainstorming standpoint. But I think we need to move on from that. We've got a ton of ideas. But what else do we need to do tonight?
Do we want to do
Yeah.
hospice again?
Yeah,
Do we need to do what?
Do we want to do hospice?
hospice workshop.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
what I would suggest hospice wise would be a private nonprofit, a couple of, a pallet. Oh, okay,
In the pencil in.
hospice, okay.
Yeah.
So all we want to do now is, do we want to do a workshop on that? That's all we're trying to get to tonight.
You know, Lorna,
What
we haven't done
workshops do
anything
we
in
want
March
to do?
yet.
This is like herding cats, people.
We're looking at
We're all
March.
meowing.
It's like my other dog.
Sounds like
It's-
a meows.
Because April, we have Tinkers and Thinkers.
Right.
And I also just clarify that
We also don't have the workshops every month.
No, we really,
No,
We have a
we don't
report
want
on
to.
it.
them about every other month, I think.
And we all
I don't know
report.
if you can do something every month.
It's more every other month.
We have the annual report to do to council in March.
Oh,
Yeah,
Don't do that.
we have to.
So we have.
May, maybe more.
March is, that
That's
annual
when they have
report
to have
is
it.
required,
Yes.
but we just,
That has something to do.
we tap Kui for that every year. Kui's got it, he's already got the PowerPoint.
I finally got it.
He just plugged.
We just plug in the new
Yeah.
figures.
Yeah.
And then-
It would be helpful if I just list what the workshops were that we did in 2024 to see if you want to
Do them again.
find a spot for them.
Yes, please, yes.
Aging in place, which we've addressed. And there was safety, security and scams by the police department.
I didn't attend that. Was that one well received?
Yeah, it was well attended.
I'm sure
Yeah.
it was.
About 40.
Oh, that's a big number.
Yeah.
Understanding hospice. That was in August. That was hospice palliative care. Understanding Medicare workshop and the grief workshop. If any or of those you want to do again.
So, backing up to, everybody pretty much said yes to hospice, to another
Well,
hospice one?
If we do the hospice one again, then I will take hospice off the panel and it'll be a four-piece panel and not put hospice in. For
That might be
successful aging.
better.
I think that would be better.
Yeah.
It's a different
Yep.
topic
So
and your panel.
done, it's all done. I
You already did it.
Excellent.
So now I've already, but I can't plan for it, but I do have plans for hospice panel in October. I already have 3 people. Again, but we're not planning
We're not
right
planning.
Not planning, no.
So you're suggesting the hospice workshop in October?
in October.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
and then
that's better.
Lorna, sorry, Juanita, what was next after that? Can you go back?
No, the, no.
Or scams.
Scams.
Yeah,
That's
if
the
you
next
wanna
one
do
you
it again.
mentioned.
Do you?
You can add it and you can always take it off later.
Yeah, I'd like the idea that we're getting new things.
I do too.
So I don't know.
The
if
the
new things
scams
are-
one, that's a fairly common thing that people do. I suspect that,
And the Pleasant Hill Senior Center, I'm sure. is
yeah, I'm
doing
sure
that.
they're doing
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
And we don't need to double. We don't need to double up on stuff they're doing already.
That was the one where we noticed everybody was doing it, I think. wasn't it?
So can I say, as far as the village, the
Volunteering.
Can I just clarify,
Yeah.
did you want to do the grief?
I would say, we need to rewrite that a little bit to say seniors homes, seniors with an S and apostrophe, so that it doesn't sound like we're gonna volunteer at Aegis or
Yeah,
Atria or somewhere.
seniors homes, yes.
Private
This is their
You don't have
houses,
volunteers?
their homes. Well, I don't think anybody would do it. You know, it's a for-profit company. We want to take care of the seniors that need us.
Okay.
So, yeah, at Community Service Day, we have some cleanups at Sea.
I like it.
Yes.
Yes.
Past year, and they've done it.
Or,
prior
you know,
years.
like do
So you
some,
can do something,
I'm thinking honeydew list.
So we have
Yeah.
nothing in the flower
Yeah.
now?
Change the light bulbs or.
Yeah.
you know,
Is that
you
right?
just added something and.
It's like, oh,
Check the smoke alarms too, when you can't get on the
Like,
batteries.
my friend has that. down
The social connection.
I think opposite.
August.
Yeah, we have a parade.
Yeah.
It could have been.
We got Juneteenth.
It's
Could've been.
Essentially,
They
Juneteenth.
didn't do it
Yeah,
for medical.
Juneteenth was one that they wanted us
But they
to
were
have a booth and we
reaching
didn't
out.
have enough notice to
Yeah.
put anything together. So,
So that's a maybe?
well, the past we
Pretty much
didn't.
everything is maybe covered.
I don't know about doing.
Okay.
That's what part, what
That
we
would
were
be part of the
invited to.
discussion.
Okay,
Yeah.
Juanita, where are we?
Well, I think we've at least talked about the workshops from the last year. Just wanting to know, I had just made a couple notes that might be helpful for other things that happen and may not work. For the senior center, some forms they have, the Laugh, Love, Learn, I don't know if that's something. Or the open house that they had in September, those kinds of things, if you want to look at putting them on the list for questions to think about or not.
But have a table there?
Right, something like
Yeah.
that, yeah, that's,
What is the laugh, learn?
and then, you know, just to look at what
That's
other agencies are doing, the library, senior center, others, just to know, we don't necessarily need to do that tonight. And then I had also to review the suggestions from the surveys, from the survey committee from the 2023, and I'll look at it in the package, see if there's anything from there that's still relevant.
The
I
one,
think that's part of what.
That's, yeah, what I've been
Well,
talking
the
about.
one thing you guys had on there that I was wondering about what you did with it was kind of like a coffee with the commissioners, you know, like having
Yeah.
an open forum for having people come and tell us.
I suggested that a while ago.
And we never did
we didn't
anything
go
with it.
forward.
We just,
I-
Did we ever have it? We
No,
did.
No.
we never did.
We never
Yeah, we
did?
were talking about.
It was a
doing-
great idea. Why not
Yeah,
do it?
what happened was when I was president of the senior center, I'd have coffee with Dana. And so people could just come and talk to me, tell me what was on their mind, that kind of thing. And so
Yeah.
I suggested the same thing for coffee with the commissioner. Now, we were talking about doing it at the senior center and I talked to them over there. And and I think they're the ones who suggested, or somebody suggested we should do it with somebody else. Because like, it doesn't mean anything to anybody to come have coffee with
We
us.
talked about.
Yeah,
adding
we
police
We were talking about
officers,
adding, you know.
We're nobody
council
to them.
member, you know, the mayor,
Whatever.
something like that. And see
Yeah.
if people would come and talk about what's on their mind.
Yeah.
Sort of just like, an open house, but just with a few people and coffee and cookies.
And that would be an article we could have write in our Outlook, so let's figure out when we need that.
Well, if we're gonna do coffee with the mayor, this is gonna be something that we've gotta talk to some other folks.
Sure.
Commissioner
Yeah, I think so.
or- Yeah,
And it needs, if we want people to show up for it and they want it to be meaningful, like they think their voice is really gonna be heard by somebody who's gonna do something.
right.
It
That-
needs to
yeah,
be
that-
somebody like that.
Yeah, that's the problem is, well, you know, the things that I had to address, I could deal with, or I could talk to
Yeah.
the director about and
Yeah.
have them deal with it.
Yeah,
So I don't know if people are gonna come in up with some really weird things that will, like, I don't know, or there's nothing we can do. I don't want it to be a complaint session.
How about if we did it more as a getting older in Pleasant Hill, let's talk about it. I mean, And maybe have facilitators of some kind, you know, like, you know what I mean?
It's a
What
workshop.
do we?
That's our workshop.
It's a workshop now.
Yeah.
No, make it a workshop. That's what I'm saying. Make it a workshop, but we
Well,
can lead
that's
it.
kind of pretty much what Lorna's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Called aging.
Maybe that's the title you were.
We got a new name, Successful Aging Listed.
Yeah, but if you're, okay, but if you're an aging person and you're 60-something years old in Pleasant Hill and you're starting to look at what is gonna make your life successful for the next 30 years, that's different than the stuff we're talking about in January.
Is it?
Well, I think it is.
I don't know.
Who are you gonna bring in to make it?
I don't have an idea.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, we're planning again.
I'm just
No
brainstorming
planning,
again.
planning.
Sorry,
No
I'll shut
planning.
up now.
No planning. Yeah, they've already told me no planning.
No, I'll think
I'm just
that
curious
one
what
through.
other voices you'd like to, what other minds you'd like to speak. to. That's all.
Yeah.
It's something to think, to ponder, we can come back to.
Well, I mean, the other things I would like to do like are around aging gracefully in terms of why you need to exercise and why,
Yeah.
and nutrition and, you know, all these, so you could have a whole other thing that's really just aging gracefully
Yeah,
more from a taking care of yourself point of view than how to, you know, more of this, what I consider end of life planning.
We don't need all these descriptive things. We just need to say aging. You know,
Period, yeah.
yeah.
aging.
Aging at 8%.
What is it? You know, you
So-
could all through these things, because we're talking.
This is my
gracefully.
aging, these are my aging in place topics list, which we cannot talk about right now.
Yeah,
Anyhow,
So we could just do aging well and aging in place topics,
I like
period.
aging.
And then we can
well.
pick a few of these things at some point.
Aging well.
Aging well
nice
is-
general
Yeah,
thing.
that's
We could
successful.
plunk a bunch of things under
Without
that.
thinking
Tell you what, I mean.
monetary,
You have more handouts.
because successful sounds like monetary.
My own
You better have all the
brainstorming, you guys.
If you got there.
have we, Juanita, have we covered what we needed to today?
You know, I'm
gonna
gonna
propose-
propose through those, but, I did just wanna draw
Yeah, we're
attention to
gonna
this,
Right.
which was.
That yellow's bright.
But the priority for people who responded to the workshop, the highest priority was combating isolation. The second was Alzheimer's and
We Gotta
dementia,
make it around.
then healthy living. Then
Healthy living is
financial
touching on
planning.
what you're talking about right now.
and then
Yeah,
resources for
I think,
caregivers.
well, did we put something on for the isolation already? I think that's a great topic.
Social connection, we
Um,
put it down
yeah, so-
tentatively in August.
Social.
Yeah,
I think
I missed
that addresses a lot of things.
It does address.
Do we want something on dementia? We haven't done that.
I'll
for a
just
while.
separate.
I mean, I
do
did
think it's a
a,
good one, but.
Oh, I thought that's
That's
when
a
we had
very
the
good
social,
one.
yes.
I just got done doing one
Connections, yeah.
for 100 people with the SIRS.
Are you saying you have a presentation already
Doesn't
formulated?
say nice.
I do, and I have, somebody from Roscoe County, who's probably the speaker.
You know, maybe
That's
we
a
should-
great one.
Let's do that.
Well, I don't know if we wanna do that. I mean, Juanita, dementia used to be covered all the time.
I think
And we
it's,
used to
Well, it's
have-
still,
Good have it.
it's still high on the survey list.
We should have
I
it,
think we should.
yeah.
It's probably time, sure.
You wanna-
We're
We
all
didn't
worried
do
about it.
anything with that last
Plug it
time.
in temporarily and-
No, we didn't have anything.
Yeah, that's what.
Where,
We had the
where do
scam
we-
business, but not.
Yeah.
when
We can do
When
it
do
in
we-
March, the annual report has nothing to do with it.
So the Art and
You're
Wine
right.
Festival
Okay,
is
that-
basically
say
us
that.
showing up at a booth,
Well,
right?
I want you to have a chance to say that out loud.
We can do it in March since all of us are not involved in the annual report to the council.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What do we do?
So the only
And-
caution about doing it in March, I will just say, if you're gonna do it then, is to make it late in the month, because the outlook comes out the first week of March, and if you have it too early in the month, a lot of people.
Oh, wow.
They won't know about
So that's why I have leave open. You could do it later in the month if you want to.
Or the very beginning of April.
Do we know what day?
Do you want to do workshop and Tinkers and Thinkers in the same month?
Yeah, I know, that's why I said the very beginning.
Yeah, either way.
Or just put it late March? Why don't you just put like March 30th or something? March. Well, let's find it.
For Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
We forgot already.
We forgot.
I was able to follow.
Here, let's come up with we're not sticking to any particular days of the week. Do we know,
March
does
27th.
anybody know when Easter is?
Well, we're not actually
That's
right
what
now
I was
picking dates, we're
wondering.
just getting,
Just, yeah,
come on.
Okay, so
I think we'll have.
yeah, I think we should do that.
And Tinkers and Thinkers, you said was the 19th or 7th?
26.
26th?
Saturday.
So that would be a doctor.
so
Dementia
Um,
and Alzheimer's.
yeah, so late March or early April.
Yeah,
Okay. You said the newsletter comes out in March, right, Juanita?
yeah.
Okay, I think just
Okay.
putting it on the calendar like that's plenty for right this moment.
I
Need to
think
find
so.
somebody for that.
Do you need help?
Lorna's
figuring-
Lorna's got,
She's got a person.
You have somebody?
Lorna has it lined
Lorna
up.
knows everything.
Why don't you just,
Yeah.
why don't we
Well,
just
no,
be
I forgot
quiet
that.
and let her say?
No, I forgot
She has
it.
a workshop
Juanita
already
just said
written.
that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay, where did we
Maybe
say the
I'll have
aging
to-
welfare? Juanita, you'll send this.
Easter's the 20th
Yes.
of April.
Get it.
Easter.
Yeah, I don't know when Easter is.
April 20th.
April 20th is Easter.
Well, you're gonna have holidays around
The
that.
weekend before
It's gonna be
school.
really
holiday.
close to when they
Yeah.
do their egg hunt thing. Oh, well. Oh, no, they do their egg hunt.
You said you had a date, actually.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Then we might be better off.
Oh, okay.
Saturday.
Can I talk about something Juanita brought up, and it's whether we do a Fable app, Live, Laugh, Learn, and open house? Really, the only thing we would be promoting is our events. So I suppose we could have a table of each of them with, with maybe just 2 people. I didn't make it to the open house because I forgot, I had to do something else. Anyhow, but I heard it was quite busy. Oh, I know, it was for the senior band and I had to do something else and I
Right.
couldn't do it.
Yeah,
Oh, no, I know what it was. We had a thing for takeoff, but it was very busy. And I did go to last year's Live, Let, Learn, and that was really quite amazing. There were, and we had freebies. We had some things we could give away at the table that we had. And we had the survey then, so that was a really good chance to do that. And that's earlier in the year, so that might be a good time to.
You know when they do that?
I thought
We should have a.
Yeah, it's May.
May. An open house, they just had it a month ago, so.
Well, open house was on September 20th, because I know I was in that's when I was on vacation, because I wanted to go and see what they did.
Okay, so that's later in the year, so maybe we would do the Live, Let, whatever.
Table.
Yeah, it's usually late spring.
I think I'm on the planning
To go to
that.
a good
Are you?
event.
Anyhow,
Yeah.
that might be a good one, because then we would have a lot of the
options
things
for all
for the
that.
year coming up
That's right.
that we were
You know,
gonna
so
do.
people can take
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And you know what we might do is have a list of what we have we've already done that's
On
online.
the line, yeah.
Cause I did that for TED Talks, the TED Talks we had had in the past, so people know what we were doing. But really, you just need like maybe 2 people to do something like that. I could do that.
Yeah, I like to do that. That's fun.
So I think I would leave the open house alone because.
Yeah, I think it'd be great if they'll give us a little table there.
Yeah, sure.
And then, they're getting a little.
No. The only people that do that are people who are selling things.
Okay.
That's right.
All right, So.
Okay.
those of You who didn't want to.
No, we
go
made
for
it.
An hour and a half.
We made it.
We have an hour and 26 minutes right now.
Yeah, but I think we had to do this.
So, let's see, did we have anything else we have to cover? Announcements, anybody have announcements?
I'm going to send to Juanita, just so you guys know, I'm gonna send, I'm a California Senior Assembly person, and I attended the California Senior Legislature last week or the week before in Sacramento. There were 10 priority bills that we'll be asking our representatives the real guys in Sacramento to carry. So I'm gonna send that to Juanita to send out to everyone. And then I also am going to send this to Juanita to send out to everyone. And this is about the California Department of Aging, and it's really valuable. It has associations and all that.
Thank you.
So I'll send that. I'm not gonna send you the emergency unless you want it, the emergency fall thing. And then there's one other thing. I just don't want you to think I'm junking up your mailbox, but I will send those to Juanita to forward on. Okay? That's
I
all
hope,
got.
that- I hope that one of the things on that, for the bills, when I had my business, we used to go to Sacramento and lobby them to please mark the highways with the lines and the reflective things.
Yeah.
For aging drivers who
Yes.
cannot see the lines when they fade away,
And especially when it's raining.
especially when it's.
And
raining.
it's not just for the
Very
drivers,
dangerous.
it's for all of us.
Well, yes, but as people
But
get
yeah.
older, it's more difficult.
Yeah,
it's true, it is.
And that was something that we used to lobby for when I had my business, which was
That right?
traffic control.
Well, thank you. No, really, thank you.
Yeah.
I love those things, the
Pardon?
reflectors.
Very important.
It is, and I'm finding it more and
So-
more important
Are
as
you,
time goes
are we
on.
already on the city council agenda for the house?
No,
Yeah,
we already did that.
For the housing presentation?
Yeah.
It's tentatively scheduled for December 2nd.
Oh, great.
It's tentatively?
Everything's always tentative until the mayor
Oh,
sets the
okay.
agenda for the meeting, but it's tentative. Sometimes they have to move things around.
are we doing
Okay.
commissioner reports? Is that what we really are? Okay,
Yes.
so you all were asking about Meals on Wheels, Diablo region. I didn't ask for a speaker because it was just asked that I bring back information.
So,
I just have this little, if you wanna go over it sometime, we can, or I can just leave it for y'all to.
Why don't you pass them?
Why don't you
Yeah,
pass
pass
them
it
around and?
I have one.
We just all have
Next
homework
because I
to
was
do.
very
Yeah, we
interested, so
have-
I grabbed one.
Or I can,
Why the
or I
grabbing
can
was
wait for
good.
another month to.
I think we just.
Well, this gives us
It's
homework.
okay
We
to
can
have us a
come
little
back with a
homework.
little knowledge.
Yeah.
It's, you know, the fall prevention programs, their classes. I couldn't list all the classes. You can go look online.
Yeah.
They do home repairs. They do
Oh, really?
a lot of stuff.
Well-
Well, under the fall prevention program.
Just.
You know, grab bars.
Oh,
and
yes.
Things like that. I'm
Right.
sorry, maybe I shouldn't have said repairs.
I mean, what do,
Adapt.
what do
Adapt.
people have to
Yeah.
do to request having a fall prevention? Like, request, I mean, is it something, I saw that Medicare will cover it if the doctor orders the bill. That,
I could get lessons. For home care, gotta have diagnosis.
I know, this
Validated.
is, I know, but just like.
It doesn't take much.
There's a fall
to have them
prevention
tell you about
checklist
it.
on there.
Yeah. I know.
Trust me.
Um,
It's embarrassing.
Anyways, that's just a little quick,
Thank you, Karen.
brief,
Thank you.
very brief.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Stuff on their website.
So I'm gonna look at this before next time and we'll see if, you know, because we want to talk about it more,
Yes.
but I don't think tonight's the night.
No, tonight's not the night, but
Thank you for
I was
doing
asking
that.
Just talking about Meals on Wheels makes me hungry.
Diablo region.
it's Diablo region, that's the important part of
That's
it.
right. The big important part.
Yeah, so do any other commissioners have
That's
any
right.
reports for us? Anything that we need to talk about?
Yeah, I brought these for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Around.
Take as many as you want and then I'll pass them around and then I'll leave them with Juanita for the van. I brought them for the van.
I'm gonna say, yeah.
Oh, good.
I could use an
And we,
updated
and
one.
light up the night, I don't need any myself, but,
Well,
I have
sure,
one
why
at home.
not, yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's,
no, that's a really nice.
mine's old.
Thank you.
I tried to get one yesterday, and I tried to get.
Okay, There
Yeah,
being no further business.
harder first.
Thank you for keeping control.
Yeah.
Not even possible.
Are we adjourned?
There being no further business, this meeting is adjourned to Thursday, December 12th at 5 p.m.
Adjourned in like
In the meantime,